Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. It's Style by Cheesy. If you're just seeing me for the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're a return subscriber, I love you all. Thank you for always stopping by. So on today's channel, I'm going to be showing you how to make this beautiful dress. Yet you're seeing now. So I'm going to be putting you through a lot of things, though I'm not going to be posting everything in one video. I won't be compressing it because it's going to be too long and it's going to be boring. Trust me, you don't want this video to be boring, because I want this video to be as detailed as anything, because I want you to understand every bit of it. So we are making this dress, and I'm going to also teach you how to go about the cascading flounce and how to attach it to your dress. So if this is what you're interested in, I would like to say you should keep on watching, and please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you can be notified whenever we post beautiful tutorials like this, because you're going to be seeing more of this video. So without wasting much of your time, let's get right into the tutorial. So first of all, get your pattern paper. We are going to be drafting on our pattern paper, right? And this pattern paper, I'll be dividing it by 2. That I'm going to be drafting both my front and my back pattern, my back block in one, both my front block and my black block in one pattern paper. So I'll divide your pattern paper into 2. Get your starting line. This is normally what we do on this channel. If you've been following my channel, you would know that this is what we normally do on this channel, right? So I'm going to divide my shoulder by 2, neck width 3, and I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and the neck depth is, sorry, you're not seeing the neck depth. The neck depth is 3 as well. So I'm using this body block as a guide. Okay, that's why I'm fast, right? So the next thing I'm going to take is that vertical line, which is my shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to waist, and from that waist I'm going to come down by 5 inch for our corset length. Okay, I'm going to come down by 5 inch for our corset length. So I'm going to be extending the lines. I'll be extending the lines to the other pattern paper. Now your front length and your back length, your front half length, which is your waistline, and your back waistline is not the same. So on this particular tutorial, I'm going to be taking our side dart, though we're going to be closing it on paper. So to get your side dart or your bust dart is the difference between your back waistline and your front waistline. Whatever you get for your back waistline and your difference between your back waistline and your front waistline, that is what you're going to use for your side dart. So I am fast. I have done this I've done this several times on my channel, our basic bodies, though I'm going to be dropping the link down the comment section, down the description box, and I'm going to pin it to the comment section. Okay, after taking my vertical points, I went ahead to label the lines: under bust, butt points, waistline, and my corset length. So now at the back, what I'm doing at the back now is to get my back waistline. Remember I said your front waistline and your back waistline is not going to be the same, no, but after closing up your side dart for your front, you're going to get the length of your back and the length of your front is going to be the same, right? So if you watch now, you see the length of my back and my front is not the same. So after closing your dart line for your bust, like for your front, after closing the bust dart for the front, you will notice that both your front and your back length is going to be the same. Hope you guys understand. You can leave your question down the comment section if you don't understand. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the back block, like the other side, which is for our back. Divide my shoulder by 2, come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, take my neck width 3, my neck depth 1.5, right? So remember I said we're just using this body block we're using it for as a guide, right, to get what we want for this corset. So I'm going to come down, but from that 1 inch shoulder slope, I will come down by 9 inch for my chest line, which is also my armhole line. And I'm also going to come do the same thing, extend the line, the chest line, extend it to the front as well, right? So my armhole is 9. I'm going to mark that, then extend the line. So as you can see, the only length which is not the same thing here is our back half length. Our back waistline and our front waistline is not the same, but after closing your bust dart, it's going to be the same. Hope you understand. So I'll be dividing what I have on my armhole line by 2 and come out by half of an inch and make my I'll be making my armhole curve, right? So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll do same thing for the other side, which is our front block. Divide what I have on my armhole by 2, come out by half of an inch and make my armhole curve. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'll be working on the back pattern now. I'll divide my bust circumference by 4. Divide my bust circumference by 4. I'm not going to be adding any allowance yet. Remember, this is a corset we are making, right? So for the sake of this tutorial, you mustn't make a corset for yours. You can decide to make your normal half length, your normal half, like your normal, whatever you want to make, just to get that that dress. You mustn't make a corset, right? Hope you understand what I'm saying. So I divided everything at my bust circumference, divided my waist circumference, and on the corset length, I divided my hip measurement by 4, and I'm going to be reconnecting the lines. Hope you guys understand. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, and I am not too fast, because I'm trying to be fast, because this is basically what I normally do whenever I want to draft out any pattern. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do, the next thing we will be doing now is I just changed I made a mistake where was supposed to be bust points. I went and wrote on the bust, so I corrected it. Yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I came out from our zipper line. You will notice I did not take out any zipper allowance on this, because we're going to be lacing this dress. So I'm sorry you're not seeing what I'm doing, but on that zipper line, I came in at the upper side, at the bust side, I came in by 2 inches, and on the corset length, I came in by half of an inch, and I made a straight line, and I came out by 1.5 inch. I made a straight line as well. That is where our lacing bar is going to be sitting, right? Hope you guys understand. So I'll be dividing what I have on the waistline I'll divide it by 3. Yeah, I want to make that. I want to use that 3. I'm going to, like, that 3 lines I'm going to get, I want to use it to create a dart for the back, because we want our waist to be very snatched, right? We want it to be very snatched. So I'll divide what I have there by 3. That's from my waistline to that place I stopped my lacing bar, that line that the lacing bar stopped. I'll be dividing it by 3. Can you see? I divided it by 3, and I'll be coming out by half inch on each side, half inch, and I'm going to reconnect the line. You guys know how we reconnect our dart line. You know how to connect our dart line on the waistline. That is where you're going to take your half inch, not on the length, please. So you guys know how we connect our dart line. Our normal dart leg, you connect it that way. So this is for the back, and I'm also going to do same thing for the other side. On your waistline, come out by half inch, not on the corset length, please. Come out by half inch on it, and you reconnect as well. So after reconnecting, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to shade out that line. Those lines are going to be cut out. So I labeled it 1 and 2. So the other side is going to be where our lacing bar is going to be set. I'm sorry you're not seeing it, but if you have a question, just leave it down in the comment section. So we are done for the back. We're going to be working for the front now. So this is where the work is. So you pay close attention to this. So I will be coming in by my nipple to nipple divided by 2. My nipple to nipple is 10, divided by 2 is 5. So I came in from the chest line. Please, it's from the chest line, not from the bust point, right? From the chest line, coming by half of your nipple to nipple, and on the after coming in, you make a straight line on the waistline, on the side going to the side front. On the side going to the side front, you're going to come in by 1.5 or 1 inch. Then on the side going to the center front, you come in by 1 inch. Then on the side going to the center front, sorry guys, on the side going to the center front, you're going to come in by 1.5 inch. So on the side going to the side front, you're going to come out by 1 inch and then make your curve. Then I'm going to be dividing what I have on the shoulder part and I'll reconnect it to the dart leg. Hope you guys understand. So now we'll be walking, I'll be dividing, I'll be coming down by, from that my neck width, I'll come down by 7 inches. You see, this is how deep I want my neckline to be. Now we are creating our neckline. Remember, this is a corset we are making, and I made a block bodies, our normal bodies, for a guide. It's serving for a guide. So I'll come down by, I'll be maintaining my chest line, which is 6 inches. Yeah, you can come down by 7, you can come down by 8, depending on how deep you want that to be. Then after coming down, you go in by 1/2 inch on the chest line, 1/2 inch on the bust point, 1/2 inch on the under bust. You make a straight line just the way I did. Then I'll be coming up by 1.5 inch. Right, I'll come in by 1.5 inch. Then I'll take we are doing our over bust tightening now. I came out by 1 inch on the side, right, and I connected it with a curve line. So now I'm going to connect with a curve line. I'm going to connect that into that 1/2 inch I came in on the chest line, right, with a curve. You connect into that 1/2 inch you came in on the chest line. So now I'm going to be taking my body measurements. So I'll take my bust circumference divided by 4, replace the dart intake I have on the over bust. I'll take my my waist divided by 4 and I'll replace the dart intake. Yeah, replace the dart intake. I'm not adding much allowance. I just added 1/2 inch allowance on the waistline because I want this corset to be very snatched, right? So we are making a corset, so you choose to give maybe a little allowance or more depending on how tight you want your corset to be. On the corset length, I came in by my hip circumference divided by 4, replace the dart intake, and I did not add any allowance to that. And I'm going to be connecting. Remember, when cutting on our actual fabric, I'm going to give it 1/2 inch all along for sewing allowance. That is why I did not add any allowance on the pattern paper. So we're going to be creating our bust now for the other side, our side bust or bust darts, whichever you call it. So which is 1.5. The difference between my waistline for the front and back is 1.5. So you come down by 1.5 from your bust point and you reconnect it to the dart leg. You shade the line out. So all the shaded lines are going to be coming out. So I did not replace on the bust point. I did not replace the that intake I took on our over bust. I did not replace that. That was what I checked, and I noticed I did not replace that, and I reconnected it back. Right. So guys, the next thing we're going to do now, the line I shaded off will be going out. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'll open up before connecting my other bust side. That's creating a curve for my other bust side. I'm going to open that's our dart leg from the shoulder I divided by 2 so that I can be able to close up my bust dart. Remember I said we're going to be closing our bust dart or side bust. Some people call it bust dart, some people call it side darts. Yeah, so whichever one you understand, close up your side darts on paper so that after cutting, the length of your back and your front will be the same thing. Okay, so make sure you close your side dart or your bust dart on paper, right? So I'm going to be using my masking tape to hold that down. Then I'll just cut out after securing it, making sure it's okay. I'll just cut out. I'll be dividing this paper now so that I can be able to complete the bust, create our bust. That's make a curve for the other side. So I'll just cut this out. So after cutting it out, the next thing we're going to be doing now is I'm just trying to make sure this is sitting proper. Okay, so after this, the next thing I'm going to do now, to get your other side curve, you're going to take your what's it called, I'm sorry guys, you're going from that bust your bust, you're going to be taking your nipple to nipple. Now you're not dividing anything. Take your nipple to nipple. So my nipple to nipple is 10. I'm going to mark that 10, and I will add half inch to it. Okay, I'll add half inch to it. Then I will connect it to meet the under bust area. Did you see what I did now? So the curve I have on this other side is not really curving, so I'm going to make sure the curve is okay, right? So I've made my curve for the other side, right? And I came up by half of an inch. Remember, we took half inch from the other from our chest line for the other side, so I'll replace that half inch and reconnect this curve to meet that half inch I created with a curve. So this is it. It's very easy, guys. It's very easy. This is not difficult because I use the method, a method that everybody is going to understand. So on that under bust side, I'm going to come up by 1 inch, and on that 1 inch I'm going to be creating a curve meeting our under bust as well. Okay, I'm going to create a curve meeting our I'm just trying to get a curve that is going to suit it perfectly well, right? So you create a curve meeting that order, the upper side of that half of an inch you came in by from the chest line. Can you see the curve? So we are done. So I'm making a 3-part cup. Yeah, you can make a 2-part cup, whatever corset type you want to make, right? So you can make anything you want, but for me, I am making a 3-part cup, right? So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead to cut this out, but I hope you guys understand everything I did. I'm just trying to recheck what I have. So I am going to be creating another sorry, I will label the line 1 2, but it wasn't enough, so I'll be recreating another dart inside. But first of all, let me divide my cup. You know, I said I'm making a 3-part cup. So from that side, you come out by 2 inch, you reconnect with a curve. From this other side of the side front, you come down by 2 inch. Sorry, from the other side I came down by 1 inch. From this other side I came down by 2 inch, and I reconnect with a curve. So this is our 3-part cup, right? I'm done with that, so I'm going to label that 1 2 1 2. Do you understand? 1 2 1 2, though the upper side is going to be joined together, right? So this is a 3-part cup I am making. So like I said before, I'm going to be adding extra darts to this. So I'll be dividing what I have from that leg to the waistline, end of the waistline. I'll be dividing it by 2 and mark a straight line. I'll be marking a straight line. Then on the waistline, I'll just create a come out by half inch and just create a dart leg, though I did not measure the half inch, but I know what I did. So just come out by half inch from your waistline and recreate your you know how we did for the back. You create your dart leg. So that is this. I labeled it 1 2 and 3. So I'll go ahead and cut this out. So guys, please watch the way I am cutting so you don't make mistake, okay? And if you've watched this extent and you've gained any knowledge of what I'm doing, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you're yet to subscribe, I beg you in the name of God, please guys, I am kneeling down like this, I beg you in the name of God, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to turn on your notification bell, guys, and share this video so this video can get to other audience that has been finding it difficult to make this particular dress. Please guys, please, I beg you in the name of God, share my video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I will love that. So after please, while you are that, I love you all. So after that, after cutting, as you can see, this is how I'm cutting. And I know if you don't get what I did, just rewind the video and see how I did my cutting. Okay, so this is it. We are done for the cutting for the front, and this is what we have, right? I'm going to open up the 3-part cup. I said we are doing that, the upper side. Open it up for this other side, and I'll open cut throughout the other side. So this is what we have, the 3-part cup. This is how a 3-part cup is. So after drafting yours and you're not having something like mine like this, no, you did something wrong. So I made a point, right? I made a point showing how it's going to be connected, right? So this is what I have. So feel free and admire. It's looking really fine even before cutting on our actual fabric. So right, I'm going to look at what I did now for the back. You see, I came in by 2 inch at the chest line and 1/2 inch on the corset length. That is what I did. I came in by 2, then from that 2 inch I came out by 1.5 inch for where my lacing bar is going to be sitting. What I just did now, I cross-checked the length of the back and the front, and it was the same. So hope you guys understand what I did at the lacing bar. That's where this is going to be sitting. That place I shaded out on the side was where, if we were supposed to put zip, that was where our zip is going to be sitting. But we're not adding zip to this. We are making a corset and we're going to be lacing the back, right? So that is why I shaded that off. I came in by half of an inch on the corset length and 2 inch on the chest line, and I made a slanted line. Okay, then from that line I came in by 1.5 inch to make a point where my lacing bar is going to be sitting. So when cutting, please do not cut out that lacing bar you made. I wanted to make that mistake to cut it out, but I later observed it. So don't cut out your lacing bar area. So this is what I have. I have 1 to 3, so I just use my masking tape to close that part I wanted to cut out. Okay, so after drafting, the cutting is very important. So if you don't understand what I did when I was cutting, rewind the video and see how I went about the cutting of these patterns, because you don't want to ruin what you suffered to draft out. Okay, so guys, we are done for the drafting of our front and our back. Okay, so we're going to be doing our cascading now. So if you watch, you're going to see I joined lots of pattern paper to have the volume that I want. So we're going to be making our cascading flounce, like, I don't know if you understand, our cascading flounce, right? We're going to be making that. So I'm going to be taking the midpoint horizontally and vertically. So I'll be dividing the middle horizontally and vertically, and after that I'm going to mark a straight line horizontally and vertically as well. Hope you guys understand. If you don't understand, feel free to leave your question down the comment section and I am going to answer you. So after making the lines vertically, I'm going to make it horizontally. I was trying to make sure what I have is the same and is at the middle. That is what I'm trying to cross check. So I'm going to make an horizontal straight line as well. Okay, so after this we are making a cascading flounce. I don't know if you guys know what a cascading flounce is. So I'm going to be coming in by 2 inch all around. 2 inch all around. Can you see what I'm doing? 2 inch all around, and I'm going to reconnect the line, leaving one part. I won't be connecting one part, right? I made this point all around, but I won't be connecting one part. So just watch and see what I am doing. I made a mistake to connect this all around before, but I'll clean it out. I was supposed to stop at the other line. Yeah, so I will clean it up. Can you see where I cleaned up? That is where your 2 inch is going to stop. Then from that place you stopped, you're going to come up by 3 inches. So now this 3 inches is like how big I want my flounce to be, or how wide I want my flounce to be. If you want your flounce to be, that's your flower, should I say flower, like a rose petal. I don't know if you understand how wide I want it to be. Okay, that is why I'm going up by 3 inches. So you mustn't go up by, so you can go up by 4 inch, you can come down by 2 inch as well, 1.5, like depending on how wide you want your flounce to be. Okay, that is why I'm coming up by 3 inches. Okay, you can come up by 5, 4, 3.5, 2.5, whatever you understand. So the first 2 inch I came down by was to make a base first for the circle, like we're making a radius a radius for a circle. That is what I'm doing. So I'm going to take this all around, marking 3 inches all around. Mark, I'll reconnect, mark 3 inches, I'll reconnect, and I will be labeling the circle 1 2. So now I've gotten 2, I'll do the other side. So now note, your flounce is not a must, it's going to be as full as mine. You can make yours fuller, you can make yours not too full but not too scanty. Do you understand? So I'm going to take 3 inches again. So after making marking 3 inches, I think I have 5 lines. I think I made 5 lines. I wanted to make more, but I think 5 is okay for me. And at the end of the day, I did not even finish using the 5. I think I used 4.5. Yeah, I think I used 4.5 for that flounce. Yeah, for that for the flounce, I think I use 4.5, but you can use 5 and 5, you can use 6, depending on how full you want yours to be, right? So I have marked the 3. This is the 4th one I am making. So I'm going to make this up till it gets to 5, right? When it got to 5, though, why I stopped at 5 was because my pattern paper wasn't enough. After marking this 4 all round, my pattern paper was not enough. I still had to join to get that that 5, that's number 5 I got. I still have to join more pattern paper to get that 5 I got. So you can stop at the 4, right? You can stop at 4, you can stop at 3, depending on how full you want your flounce to be. I'm still repeating it. So this is the number 4. So it wasn't full enough. So that's the number 4. I reconnected it, and I had to join more pattern paper by the side, right? So this is it, and I hope you understand. So as you can see, I was going out to measure the 5. So I went ahead to cut it out after I was done. Can you see? So this is how you cut your flounce out, your cascading flounce out. So hope you guys understand. So after this, I'm going to cut out on our fabric. So guys, this is it. This is how it looks, or placing it on my fabric. Then my fabric, what I used for this cascading flounce was 5 yards of Duchess. That is what I used for this cascading flounce, 5 yards. So I placed it. The other ones I lost them, but I used my sense, or should I say I used my creative mind to get this round. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to cut it out, right? I'm going to be cutting it out. So after cutting your cascading flounce on your pattern paper, make sure you secure it well. Mine, I misplaced yours because I did not record this video in everything in one day. I did not film everything in one day. So I have a child at home, yeah, of course. So I lost some of my cascading flounce, but it wasn't bad because I had others. So from the others, I was able to make round. I don't know if you understand. I was able to make the remaining rounds all along. Okay, so after cutting your cascading flounce, get your fabric, fold your fabric into 3 4, depending 3 4, depending on how plenty you want your flounce to be. So fold, if you're buying 5 please, I would advise you buy from 5 yards of fabric or just the flounce, only the flounce, please, not the body of the dress, only the flounce. Make sure you have from 5 yards up. So after getting it, you fold it into 3 or 4 or 2, you get, then place your cascading flounce pattern paper and you draft out just the way you see me doing. So the total number of fabric I used, yards of fabric I used for this particular tutorial was 10 yards. Yes, 10 yards. That is what I used for this particular tutorial. So guys, we'll be stopping here for this particular tutorial. We're going to be stopping here for this particular tutorial. I'm going to be uploading the remaining next because I don't want this video to be too long. If it's too long, you're going to get bored and you're not going to understand anything. So we'll be stopping here for today, and if you understand anything or if you gain any knowledge on this video, please give us a thumbs up, share my video, leave your comments if necessary, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you could be notified whenever we post beautiful tutorials like this. All right guys, see you on my next video. Bye.